Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So as we know, there has been a lot of discussion about crime in New York City and the surrounding boroughs for the longest time. While we're being told that crime is going down across the nation, our eyes are telling us something different. Vigils have been held for the woman who was sleeping on the train and was literally set on fire. Unfortunately, they are still unable to identify the victim. Of course, many people were asking why nobody intervened. Even a New York City police officer seemed to walk past casually. There were bystanders recording rather than helping. And people were calling this the Daniel Penny effect.
Now, the prayer vigil taking place here at the same subway station where the woman was burned alive. Her identity still unknown. We are told that they actually did DNA testing, but they still can't identify the victim. All we know about her so far is that she was homeless. The suspect remains behind bars. Police say he's a Guatemalan migrant who entered the country illegally back in 2018. Sebastian Zapeta was deported just days after entering the U.S., but then he snuck back in.
So we're calling on the police commissioner, we're calling on the governor, calling on the mayor. The slogan in this city is, if you see something, say something. But no one said nothing. No one did nothing. They just watched this young lady burn on fire alive. Homeless lives matter. She was burnt up so bad that the police cannot even identify who she is.
And they say the mayor and the government and the governor need to do something about this subway crime. Again, they are here praying for the victim. They are asking the public for help. They say if the family knows that their loved one is missing, to reach out. Now, as for the suspect, he remains behind bars. He has been charged with murder.
Apparently they're getting closer to identifying her. There's DNA samples, but all they can do is hope for people to come forward, reporting a loved one missing. But as of now, she was so badly burned that they aren't able to identify her. There were also 2 stabbings on the subway. Kathy Hochul was posting about how safe it is to travel on the subway now.
Yeah, a random and violent and seemingly unprovoked Christmas Eve attack here at one of the busier train stations in the city. We do know that police were quickly able to arrest the suspect, but that suspect also had multiple prior arrests. Here's what we know of what happened yesterday evening. It was around 10:15, according to officials, on a northbound 456 train platform when the 28-year-old suspect approached a 42-year-old man. They got into some sort of argument over what, we don't know at this point, but it was then that he slashed the man in the wrist with a weapon and then ran up nearby stairs. Then, according to officials on the next level of the train station, he slashed a 26-year-old woman who was standing near a turnstile, and he slashed her in the neck. He then tried to escape, according to the NYPD, heading up an escalator, but other subway riders, witnesses to the incident, were able to point him out to police. He was quickly arrested, and police did find a knife on him. Officials say the 28-year-old has 3 prior arrests for criminal mischief, fair beating, and assaulting a police officer.
This is supposed to be a civilized country, and we're hearing of the most heinous crimes, random attacks. This is happening to regular, law-abiding citizens who are going about their business, trying to survive in a very expensive city. Now they have to worry about getting slashed in the face or being burned alive while on the subway. So people are asking questions. People are calling for the governor to resign, to do the right thing and step down, because clearly you're not doing a very good job and you're not listening to your constituents who have valid concerns. And there is no way that we can ignore the impact of soft on crime policies, the impact of catch and release, and the impact of open borders and sanctuary city statuses.
Interrupt you then? Here's the problem. We don't feel safe. You might be working closely with Mayor Adams. You may have spent a whole lot of money, but I walk into my pharmacy and everything is on lockdown because of shoplifters. I'm not going in the subway. People don't feel safe in this town. So you may have done these things, but right now we're not feeling good. We're worried we could be San Francisco.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul has triggered an outrage after sharing a post about the improvement in subway safety on the same day that a woman was killed here in New York City. Following the burning of a woman on a Brooklyn subway train by an illegal Guatemalan immigrant, Kathy Hochul is being called to now step down and resign. Elon Musk is among those who have criticized Hochul. He reposted Representative Richie Torres's post calling Hochul to resign. On the same day the woman was killed, Hochul posted about an increase in subway safety, which sparked outrage. Hochul's post also garnered calls of resignation from several others. Brooklyn State Assemblyman Dub Highkind said on X, quote, "We all witnessed the horrible tragedy on the F train. I am calling on Governor Hochul. I'm begging and pleading with you to resign now." And some other citizens also called for Hochul's resignation.
And then we hear reports about the Department of Corrections in New York refusing to cooperate with ICE, as if they're still protecting these illegals who commit crimes. Sebastian Zapeta was indicted on 1 count of murder in the first degree, 3 counts of murder in the second degree, and 1 count of arson after a woman was lit on fire and burned to death on a subway train in Brooklyn, New York. The indictment was filed Thursday and will be unsealed at an arraignment hearing on January 7. Zepeta's attorney told the judge he spoke with his client Friday and asked for permission to waive his client's appearance. The judge granted the request. Zepeta is a previously deported immigrant from Guatemala who first entered the country in June 2018. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, told Fox News that it has lodged an immigration detainer with the New York City Department of Corrections for Zepeta. But the Corrections Department has indicated it will not honor the detainer. Per its current policy, an immigration detainer is a request by ICE to take a person into its custody.
So ICE has issued a new immigration detainer for Zepeta, but says the New York City Department of Corrections has indicated they will not honor the request. The indictment against Zepeta will be officially unsealed on January 7th, when we expect him to appear back in court. As for the woman killed, the district attorney says investigators are making progress using advanced fingerprinting and DNA evidence to confirm her identity.
So that's their current policy, and they're sticking to it, even in circumstances like this. Of course, we want this person to face trial here in the US. Obviously, if he's deported, we don't know whether he's actually going to face justice. So we need him in this country. We need to keep an eye on what he's doing. And we need to make sure that he is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I'm personally looking forward to the whole concept of sanctuary cities becoming a thing of the past. Because they have caused nothing but trouble. They've done nothing but impact Americans negatively. So in some good news, we have people who are not taking this lying down. We have people who are stepping up and deciding to police their own communities. People who are stepping up and deciding to look out for the safety of others. So the Guardian Angels are resuming their patrol of the Big Apple subways as if it were crime-riddled Gotham in 1979, after a horrifying arson murder of a sleeping strap-hanger on a train last week.
You went to Truman? Yes, sir. Yeah, Truman. They had that pool in there. I on the TV now. That's right. On the news, right? Where you from? It's important for us to be on the trains in the holiday season, Christmas to New Year's, because there are no cops on the trains, and all the problems are on the subway cars. A lot of women during this holiday season are scared out of their minds in the subways. Normally they are, but because of what happened last Sunday at 7:30 on Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, a woman seemed to be nodding out on that F train, and then the illegal alien from Guatemala torched her up. Nobody did anything. None of the men responded, none of the women. The cops walked right by as if they were oblivious to it. So people really feel they're on their own. That's why it's important the Guardian Angels have a presence, if nothing more, for the women who are being preyed on by the perps. We're trying to prove that, they don't have erectile dysfunction. They don't do that to the guys. And obviously those who intend on doing harm to them.
Absolutely fantastic. And that is a fantastic accent, by the way. New York City is very, very fortunate to have these people. God bless them. This is what I imagine the New York spirit to be. Obviously, I'm not from New York, but this is what I imagine New York to be. People like this, stepping up and looking out for others. So if you see them out and about, shake their hand, thank them for what they're doing. So the group's latest strategy will focus on conducting wellness checks on homeless people and emotionally disturbed individuals. The Guardian Angels will also provide water to homeless people and report any issues they come across to the NYPD. Members of the organization last patrolled subway trains in 2020 after targeted attacks on members of the Asian community during COVID-19. Wow. At this point, we need the Guardian Angels and Batman to come out. Curtis Stilwell has been protecting NYC for 50 years. This is the man that should have been elected mayor. The cop who watched and walked away should be named and shamed. Thank you, Guardian Angels. Please make this a year-round thing. God bless Curtis Stilwell and crew. So it started off with 13 volunteers and the idea took off, and in its heyday grew to thousands of members with outposts dotted around the globe. When the 90-year-old owner of Manhattan's iconic Ray Candy store was pummeled outside his shop, the Angels lined up outside and promised to patrol the landmark confectioner. So I'm happy to see that. That certainly puts a smile on my face. And I hope in 2025 we can see a real reduction in crime where people can genuinely feel safe. So happy new year to everybody. I hope everybody has a safe 2025. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Take care of yourselves and God willing, I will see you in the next video.